guys, welcome back to another chat sit down video with me. Today I have been thinking about this topic for some time, and since now we have been in isolation or whatever you want to call this for some time, I thought it might be nice to bring it up. So a lot of us have been focusing on productivity or just relaxing or learning something new. So, if you're one of those people who has been focusing on learning something new, I would like to suggest that you consider learning how to read music. Now, if you are considering to be a professional musician, then learning how to read music is an essential skill to learn, not just because you can, of course, read the music that's in front of you, but also because it helps you with a lot of other things such as musicality. But even if you're not considering music to be your profession, I still think it's an interesting thing to learn. So, a lot of us, maybe if your goal has been to learn something new, have maybe been learning a new language. And learning new languages is amazing. Like, I love learning new languages. The only thing is that I notice sometimes that, so if you're fluent in one, which is your mother tongue, then you know another language, and then when you start learning that third language, it's just kind of like you start seeing the pattern, you start seeing the sentence structure, you start seeing the grammar, and you recognize words here and there, and then it's just like it's way easier to put it together and remember vocabulary, which is amazing. That's great. But then you're kind of not using your brain as fully as when you were learning, for example, the second language. So, how can music help you in this instance? This is when I think you should start learning how to read music, because it's still a language. Music is still a language. It's just written completely different. So, you know how in the languages, when we read books, we have the A4 or whatever, just a standard book page size, and the words, and you read from left to right or right to left or up and down, however you prefer to read, and that's it, for example, and you're gaining certain fluidity, and then you get faster and faster and faster. But with music, you're all of a sudden faced with only lines, dots, and signs that sometimes don't make sense. So you have the staff, you have the notes, you have the rhythm, and a lot of different things, right? And clefs at the beginning. So it kind of starts using and training your brain in a different way. So once you have started picking up patterns when you're learning a language, now you're challenging your brain to learn in a completely different way. And also, if challenging your brain in new different ways was not good enough for you, or it's not a good enough reason for you to consider learning how to read music, just think about this. Apparently 75% of CEOs in the Silicon Valley have knowledge of how to play an instrument and read music. So, if you're, still, again, not considering music as a professional career, there's still something to be said about learning how to read music and how it helps you develop your brain. So, of course, learning doesn't have to be boring. Learning doesn't have to be just the same old. There are a lot of different apps that one can choose if fits you best. There's so many for Android, there's so many for Apple, whatever your device of choice is. Of course, as a professional, I would always say that it is nicer that you learn music with a teacher, but then of course not everybody can afford these things, and especially now with maybe a lot of people are losing jobs. So if you want to, again, make the learning fun, take an app or download an app. There's a lot of free versions, and once for you to learn the basics, and once you feel like you want to go on for at a higher level, then there's like apps for $1, $1.99 or whatever, so it's never too expensive, and it's going to challenge your brain in a new way. That was all I really wanted to say today. I wanted to challenge you all to try something new and learn how to read music. Let me know if you try it. Let me know how your progress is going and what you have learned from learning how to read music. And as always, if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button and like this video. And I welcome comments and suggestions. And with that, I will see you next time. Bye.